Hey, y'all. You can already tell by my get up that we is about to go in tonight. Welcome to the He Said, She Said, and the Real podcast. I am Nikki Lovebug, your host, coming straight to you for some Tuesday tomfoolery as only me and the relationship misfits can do for you. Listen, we talk about all types of relationships. We talk about relationships, friendships, situationships, how to just not go down with the ship. We are not the relationship experts or the gurus, which right now is probably a good thing, but we are definitely your relationship misfits. We will tell you what not to do. Today, you can be sure that we are going in on so-called relationship guru, Derrick Jaxon, and his bonnet wearing wife. And yes, I feel like if she can wear a bonnet next to her cheating, lying husband and just sit there confident, this is a new level of confidence. I am fine and fly because I can come to you in my bonnet. Before we go any further with our tomfoolery, I just want to bring on the rest of my co-hosts. Because I didn't gave them enough time with my jokes to share the show. Y'all know they always get mad about who I bring on first, and I ain't let them share the show. Now one then just dropped off. So that means Mr. Smokefella is coming on first. Mr. Smokefella, you see how your boy did you? He dropped off.
Hey,
he dropped off.
Listen. I ain't never complained about going on first because if you stay ready, you always ready. Let's go. But first of all, just because old girl had on a bonnet don't mean that everybody else can do it. If you ain't at the crib in the privacy of your own,
technically I am.
Three meats and two sides. If you ain't at the kitchen, take the damn bonnet off. And you played the part because you said we is about to go in. You playing a role with the bonnet on. You might as well have Aunt Jemima sitting right next to you. Yeah, I'm going in today, and it's one of those days, so let's get it.
Eric said he hate me for that bonnet. Eric, I'm just saying, if she can, why can't I do it? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Because you know what? I've always known you to have class, and you just like Sunday right now. No class.
Eric called them head panties. Wait. Eric, I just want to let you know.
Oh,
you dropped the first
bars. Right out the gate.
Out the gate, he said head.
Oh. Y'all better get ready. It's about to be.
It's about to go down. No. Let's say hello to our.
Wait. Lisa came right behind him and called it Bonnet Chronicles.
Hey,
Bonnet Chronicles. We got bars to start it off.
Yes.
I'm just trying to tell you, y'all are hilarious. We could not do it. I know we got jokes, but y'all got more jokes than
definitely.
You got a bonnet on and a wife beater. What is you doing today?
I just felt like
he about to get it in.
A gold chain. You on the block.
She said she did not care. She literally said, I just feel like if you can sit on the show next to Derrick Jaxon and wear a bonnet the whole time while he talking about how he was DMing and taking and had whole relationships. I just feel like that's a new level of confidence. And y'all told me that I needed to be able to be more confident. So I was just
dropping bars in the chat here. You got bonnet bullshit now. They dropping bars.
That is on everything. Okay, but I can't do this, y'all.
Okay.
Oh no, you supposed to rock it the whole show. You bad.
The devil is alive. My forehead already big and got the little elastic. And
actually, I just want to point out your bonnet actually looked better than hers, though.
I know, because mine had the.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of bonnet she was rocking, dog. It was trifling. It really was. It was.
And then and I don't know if y'all had an opportunity to see the fact that he just shared another video about 25-30 minutes ago. Now, everyone who may not know, Derrick Jaxon, for you guys, is supposed to be a relationship guru. He sit in his car.
Self-proclaimed.
Self-proclaimed. He sit in his car most of the time, y'all, and tell y'all about these videos. And what happens is people send him videos and he comments on them. Most recent, I think he went in on John Gray.
Yep.
So listen, he literally sitting in his car going in on his own video. If that is not narcissistic, I don't know what is. So yes, T Rich, we are talking about that foolishness, because how can the relationship misfits not talk about the guru getting caught in his own tomfoolery? He said, yes, Black Jesus.
Okay. Can I just make this known? I have not watched the video.
Oh, geez.
I just go on with what I'm hearing from you all, but I don't give it the time of day, because guess what? A goofy is a goofy. And with everybody, when he go and look at his views and all of that stuff and see all these people tapping in, he's going to continue. He's going to continue. You guys have made him into this self-proclaimed guru, just like you'll put a pastor on a pedestal. And then when something happens, y'all want to knock him off real quick. Guess what? You put him there. So it's everybody that's out there watching that tomfoolery and bullshit that put him there. What's up, Dundee?
You do got that Havana look, like
got that Crocodile Dundee look.
Lucky Havana today.
He looked like he got on some snakeskin alligator boots with black socks and some tight ass swim trunks on.
So Lefty, you missed it. You missed the Bonnet Chronicles. The bonnet bullshit.
Oh, you took it off?
She took it off.
It was making my head itch.
Oh, okay.
And and Eric called them head panties, and that was the first bars of the night.
Yes,
head panties.
Head panties.
A bonnet is head panties now. I love it.
Panties.
Lisa called it bonnet chronicles.
Into this, we gotta say hello to our audience, because they already on 10. They are already hilarious. So, Ed, what's up? No. We got Dwayne in the house. We got Tia in the house. We got Samari in the house. So, Eric, we got Lisa. We got Jenna. We got T Rich in the house. Yeah. So, let's go ahead and get started with this conversation. If you got opinions about this, drop it in the chat now. We really want to hear from y'all, because I'm trying to figure out. First up, it's so much stuff wrong with this. So this is where we go start. I missed the live where all of this information was broke. But Camo Chick, you saw the actual first live.
Yes.
Chick called in, and the second live, the other chick called in. So Camo, give us your summary of how this drama broke.
So basically, the first girl, Candace, had reached out to blogger Tasha K with the unwind, whatever. And basically was like, hey, I can't hold it no more. We used to mess around. He's flown me places. We've had sex together. He's paid for X, Y, and Z. And then let's be clear, when it broke, Derrick said he did not do it. He said he didn't do it.
He did a live video with like 5,000 followers.
Right. He said he didn't do it. Had nothing to do with it. So old girl was like, oh, he done called me a liar. Tasha K, the blogger, because he went in on Tasha K like, oh, you're lying on me. You're doing this. So she was like, let me get the receipts. So now they have screenshots of his conversations, of his videos that he sent to this girl asking her what kind of panties does she have on. And actually, right, it wasn't a bonnet, it wasn't head panties. And then fast forward to now another young lady comes forward and she says she's also been messing around with him. And he flew her to Miami so that they can kick it during the pandemic. So, you know, like clearly, if you cheating on during the pandemic, you really don't give a shit about who you with.
Getting this COVID on?
Absolutely. Right. So,
yes.
receipt. So basically, what he did with the first girl was that she got pregnant. Scumbag Chronicles. She got pregnant, I believe. and he made her have an abortion. So literally, this man, and so wait a minute. So he claims that he was separated from his wife.
Whoa. You said he made her get an abortion. He put a pistol in her head.
She said he told her she needs to get an abortion.
Oh, he told her, and she did.
So on top of everything,
he didn't make her.
So on top of everything, he was getting his raw as law on.
Raw as law.
He was getting his raw as law on too.
Bars.
You dirtbag.
Raw as law. Raw as law. So now you got these two young ladies, and I'm pretty sure more are going to come out the woodworks. He claims he was separated. He claimed that he and the wife were staying in two different places. Both women have, I think, pictures of the home, which he shared with his wife. One of them in the bed with him, taking pictures in the house where the wife lived. Oh yeah, he's scumbag. He's scumbag.
Dirtbag.
Yes. So please, if you need to go watch it, it's quite entertaining if you can get past Tasha K's slurping, breathing, whatever she does during her show. But anyway, it's
a little weird. It's a little weird. Yeah, it's weird.
But it was good information. I watched.
I'm trying to see how she did this video with confidence, man.
So now, fast forward, he hops on with his wife, and basically said he had come clean to her prior to all of this coming out. And
damn,
sitting there.
Damn. Come on, man. Y'all were way back with that one.
So she's sitting there, and she has first of all, I thought she was high. That's what I thought. I thought she was high. And I was like, clearly she is here so she don't get fined. That's what I said first. But then she made a comment, and she said, I have made peace with it. So, gentlemen, if you know nothing else, know that when a woman has told you that she has made peace with this, she don't give zero fucks about you and anything about you. All she's concerned about is her money.
Which is why I'm going to sit on this platform looking like a hostage in a body.
Right. Because I
want you to sell this book. I need half, Eddie. Give me half.
So you going to do the whole show with a thought top on?
A thought top. So, basically...
Really?
She is an at-home mother. At-home mother. She takes care of the kids. So he is the breadwinner of the household at this point. So guess what? If she leaves him completely,
he can get away with that.
No, but if she leaves, his whole brand is shot. It's done.
You see what Eric said, right?
Technically,
you see what Eric says. She for the shit.
His brand isn't shot. You know why?
Why?
Because we black folks forget so fast. Trust me. We forget quicker than anybody.
Drop the bars, man. Drop the bars.
He'll come on and write a book about being sad and how the devil made him do it or something, and then you'll have some people.
I believe
he really love his wife.
At this point, I believe it's a publicity stunt. He's gonna drop a book. He's gonna drop a book, and then they're gonna have a master class and a tour. That's what's going on. I can tell you
what happened. His sugar was high. He got diabetes. He didn't know what he was doing.
They gonna Jay-Z and Beyonce this thing. Turn it to a tour.
How to get past infidelity.
Jay-Z and Beyonce it.
This is what got me. So I watched the apology video first. I missed all of the other stuff, y'all, because I just couldn't take it. I'm not a big Derrick Jaxon fan. I was in the very beginning, back when he was literally in his car. But this isn't the first scandal he's been involved with. And I do think, listen, we are adamant on this show that we...
Dwayne!
The pH balance is all off the way. All off.
DB.
Yes.
You took the words out of my mouth, man. You took the words out of my mouth.
Irritated.
I'm with you, Mark.
I'm with you, Mark, on that too.
Okay, this is my own thing. Watching the apology, did anybody get Chris and Paige vibes from Married at First Sight?
Absolutely.
I got Chris and Paige vibes, and it feels like a theme where it's like, I treat you like dirt. I went and looked at her Instagram. I'm stalkerish like that. Like, I just really want to know what she looks like without a bonnet. Like, do she got hair? Do she got braids? She's not ugly at all. But the last picture, she got a picture that she got on these Kojic heels. And for y'all who know...
Hold, please.
Who?
I'm gonna go find the picture for you.
What's it called?
She got on these Kojic heels. They this thick and they about this tall.
Oh no.
Yeah, they and
got roach stomper heels on.
Dress on that go down to her knees, and then she got pictures where she dressed, and I can't tell if it wasn't that she said it was her. I didn't know that she was like a girl.
Yes.
She had like 3-piece suits and stuff, and so I'm not quite sure what's going on with her, but she looks to me and her page like a broken woman. Because if you go all the way back, and yeah, I went all the way back because I didn't want to see what she put. Because a lot of what she has out there recently is all the reaction to the drama.
Mm-hmm.
What was you saying back then? Before they got married, she had some nice like makeup, everything. Now it's like no makeup. You don't do your hair. I agree, T. Rich. She looked like she 12 half the time.
Damn.
And when Camo found, I didn't have enough time to download that picture.
It's okay. I sent it right now. I sent you.
But in his live, one of the things he said first was that he wasn't attracted to her anymore. And all of these excuses.
Oh my God.
But then in the apology, while he holding her hand like a hostage, squeezing it for dear life.
Oh no, that was that squeeze. Like you better not say nothing out of pocket. That's that squeeze.
Yeah, I agree.
When your grandma gave you in the store.
I'm cracking up at Lisa's comment about Chris not having mild sauce on that chicken last week.
Oh my gosh, it was horrible. And then he didn't even finish the damn chicken. I was so damn.
You ain't from. I told you he's from Rockford. He's not from Chicago. You better stop claiming the shot.
But yeah, he had her in a kung fu death grip. Like, you better sit your tail here and not say anything out of line. I'm gonna squeeze your
Sam is swole though.
He's not that big anymore. That's an old picture. He's not that big.
Are they not? Hey, but just looking at how they've been posting like how he talked to women who go in his inbox talking crazy. Dude got a little violent streak to him. He a hothead, so she could have been scared.
He was very.
She could have been scared.
That girl. She did not blink during that interview when they did that live. She was standing there. I literally thought she
could be scared. No, no.
It was like, blink twice, girl. We'll come
blink twice. You need help.
We'll come get you.
See, Rich, I literally was digging in my closet. I was gonna dress like her from head to toe.
She had on acid wash.
Yeah, she had on some black acid wash.
A sweatshirt and a bonnet. Y'all think I'm playing? Like it was.
Yeah. I'm not. Again, I don't know what was going on through her mind, and
so she was dressed like she was from Gary.
Oh, you wrong. You wrong. Now, I'm not gonna berate her because I truly believe a woman that's at the point like she'll give.
I'm sorry, y'all, man. Now I didn't see that video, but now it really sounds scripted. It's no way this dude who got all these followers. And now he's the internet story of the week. You're going to get on there as a woman or even as a dude that's presenting this lady as his wife is going to let her get on there with a bonnet and some damn acid wash jeans on.
My point is,
it's no way. It's impossible.
Let me just speak for the women. Impossible. As a woman, she's already been in the back. Most of us didn't even know he was married.
We know she existed.
And we did not know what she looked like. Okay, he do all his videos in the car. Okay, and I'm pretty sure that she be outside in the window when he be in the car. This is what she look
like this.
Damn. Come on, man.
Man, the internet
been crazy. But here's the thing. I mean, honestly, we have seen in society, it doesn't matter what you look like, what you dress like, how good of a woman you are. If a man is gonna cheat, or anybody in a relationship is gonna cheat, they're gonna cheat. So she could, even if she showed up looking hot to death or whatever, we still would have been like, she dumb as hell. She needs to leave.
There's that's why I said, to me, I looked at it as it's a new level of confidence. She already said, y'all gonna come for me anyway. I'm not even gonna bother to dress up for y'all, bonnet and all. Y'all
But she like, it's like when you do that, you trying.
Listen, when
like,
you
come on, man.
When you're hearing all of this,
let's throw a baseball cap on her son. Man, but ain't gonna wear no bonnet on no video. And this man got all these followers.
it makes me think that she got low self-esteem. She's been broken, and he pretty much got free reign and control over her mind, body, and soul. That's what it sounds like to me. I haven't watched any of the crap because I don't get into that bullshit. I'm just gonna call it bullshit. Is what it is, and it is what it is.
So
and
you saying he out here like R. Kelly Turner?
You know what?
That's what you're trying to say?
Pretty much. All wrapped in one.
If R. Kelly and Ike Turner had a baby.
On the interview,
there you go.
You're sitting on a crushed velvet blue couch with gold throw pillows.
He's just happy she didn't get caught with a bill.
This is something I really want to dive into because this bothered me. This was where Nick got triggered. Hold on. All right, I'm back. He brought God into it. I don't know why every time Negroes get caught.
Because black folks fall for it every time.
It is the equivalent. It is the equivalent of you going to jail and finding God. Right. Those are the two places you can guarantee somebody find God. Called cheating, and when they gotta go to jail, then they gotta find God.
And amen.
So this was my issue. My biggest issue with this is not only did he come with the God stuff, but at the same way, if any of you follow him at all, he went in on John Gray, went in on how his wife stood by him, went in on how she defended him and how they stood. And then literally we watched this scripted BS of the wife talking about how he did this. And I'm like, this really reminds me of the John Gray interview that you went in on.
And so, he went before the Lord. He went before the Lord.
Tamari just posted this Instagram. I clicked on it. And is this the wife?
Yes.
I just sent you the picture.
She's not unattractive.
She's not unattractive.
She's actually pretty, but once you broke somebody's mind, body, and soul, you pretty much doing whatever you can that you can get away with until she gets to that point of no return.
She said she left. So she said she left.
She ain't gone.
She went to the Motel 6 for
No. Saying that this just broke. But he
told her a while ago.
Yeah.
He told her a while ago.
We went through this already privately.
Yeah. And then she left and she said she wasn't coming back until she saw God move in his life.
Well, why don't we look at it like this?
And that
can we look at it like
that's the wife?
Who better to tell you about dirt bags than a dirt bag?
Well, and I agree. That's why I believe right now he's shaping the narrative so that he can control it. So, right. and again, like I truly hate when people bring God into this. And for those, I know we act like a bunch of crazy sinners, but God is not the author of confusion. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Bars.
He gives you free will, but he is not the author of confusion. So to bring him into this mess and use that as your platform to say that God put us through this, or this is my testimony. No, baby, that's not your testimony. That's not what this is meant for. This is not that lesson. God does not want you to sit and wallow in misery and think that at the end He's gonna bring you out. And that's what he meant for you to have it happen. It just did. This is not what God meant. I am so with you,
Camo, and I am sick of this struggle of being thrown at us that we have to be mistreated, be ride or dies, be all of this in order to be loved. This is not what love looks like. This is not what a godly relationship looks like. God is not in your husband cheating on you. And
so is he cheating now or was he cheating then?
He's probably still cheating. I'm pretty sure more are going to come out. He was cheating back in August of last year.
He said he wasn't just screwing people.
You just said
he had full on-side relationships.
He had affairs.
Trips. Yeah, he had emotional and physical affairs, and he also admitted to behavior that may not be classified as cheating to some, but is definitely not appropriate, which was keeping in contact with people he had sexual relationships with. Right. And so I have to break this part down. What triggered me is clearly, and if we look at this last pick, what really triggered me about this situation with her is she was the one that really went in. And this is what you see on her page. All up and down her page. Her bondage. Her
Wait, is that her?
Yes, that's her.
The wife.
Yes, that's the wife.
These are the most recent pictures. Now, there are other pictures where she's got makeup on and she's dressed. Yes, Miss Smoke.
That's kind of cultish right there.
It really is.
You know what I'm saying?
And we don't, I mean, I don't know what her walk with the Lord is at this moment, right? So we don't know if somewhere during the course of this relationship she went more into a deeper stage of her religious belief and her faith walk has changed to now she's more Kojic, because early on she didn't look really Kojic.
She looked like a third grade teacher from 85.
78, dog. 78. Look at those shoes.
What the hell?
Those are the Monica shoes. Those are the Monica
shoes. She got those
shoes with white stockings that we wore.
Church stockings.
Well, stop it. When Payless was in and everybody got them same Easter shoes, whatever color your dress, that is it. But I am tired of us. Two things. I'm tired of Black men using the struggle of Black love and profiting off of women's broken hearts. I'm sick of Jackson Samuel. I'm sick of Steve Harvey. I'm sick of Derrick Jaxon. Why is it profitable to sell us pipe dreams? That's like the deeper conversation. There is a reason why Derrick Jaxon is who he is, and his book sold, and people followed him, and people listened to him and fell for it. And my irritation is, why does Black love have to be so damn difficult that you got ignorant folks like him that can come on and spit some stuff that sounds real good, and we throw money at them? He is a millionaire, and it ain't because of his marketing degree.
It's like the gyro cheeseburger in the Black neighborhood. You only find gyro cheeseburgers in Black neighborhoods, right? Because we buy it. You buy into it. We the ones that buy it. So if we fall for it, then but I think that's also it's kind of this. So many, I guess the view is so many Black women have lost hope. So these guys they come on and give this false hope. And they profit off of it. I mean, it's a hustle, but
well, you know what? You got to take it a little bit more, Lefty. You know, it's like TV, radio, social media, sex, drama, all of that sells. So it's just not, African Americans. It's people of all races that buy into this and give it life.
Yeah, but Black love seems to be put out there as struggle love. Like Nick said, I agree. It's like with us, it's way more. You don't have I don't personally see a lot of
look at The Bachelor. Look at The Bachelor.
Latino people talking about,
It's The Bachelor. That's been on for 27 seasons.
Absolutely.
But don't you notice? I don't know if you notice when you watch these shows like Married at First Sight, stuff like that. What's the other one?
90 Day Fiance.
Yeah, the one with nephew Tommy, the one he hosts.
Oh yeah, Ready to Love.
Ready to Love. The struggle with it seems like when you look at Blacks, the struggle seems to be a lot different. It seems to be more dramatized, right?
Well, those are the ones that act a fool on TV.
Compared to when the white couple's on there, it's kind of almost boring. You really watch it for the entertainment of the Black side of it. Everybody else is like.
I think, Lefty, there are two things. I think Mark is hitting on it in his comments, right? So we keep bringing God into ungodly relationships. And I agree with Camo. We come on here and we joke a lot, but we in church every Sunday. And so I gotta say,
wait.
I'm in church every Sunday.
Yeah. Don't lie me now. I ain't claiming that. I'm not claiming that. Yeah,
I'm not gonna be sitting outside the pearly gates, right? Waiting on you so I can get my pass to get in.
Right.
So listen,
I ain't gonna never get in.
All I'm saying is we have internalized that everything has to be a struggle. That nothing will ever come easy. That the only way love exists is if it has some beating, some arguments, some pots breaking, and what's crazier is the black gurus. I don't really care about them other folks because I'm not them. So I don't know what their life looks like.
You can't relate.
Black love.
Right, you can't relate.
And what I can really say is all I keep seeing is black men who have broken women's hearts and then they come forward as gurus. Right?
They are. They gurus of breaking hearts. I think, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, but why? Why is it that we have not learned? Why is it that we haven't learned from the behavior? Why is it still continuing? Why hasn't black love evolved?
It's a false hope. Go ahead.
It was never. We've never, as a people, were taught that we were allowed to love. Every person that we loved, going back to slavery, was either sold off or killed. So that we were never conditioned to believe that I'm only going to speak for the women, that we technically are deserving of it, because every time we find it, it would be gone. So based on, our history as a people. So even now,
what was the bell for?
Calling bullshit.
I'm
let her finish first.
Let me finish.
Sorry, I got triggered.
But I'm saying, like, this.
You got to turn around when you get triggered. You can't ring the bell.
You can't ring the bell. Turn.
You get triggered how you get triggered.
You made me lose my whole damn train of thought. But anyway, what I was trying to say is that for us, we as black women have been conditioned to believe that the weights of the relationship, and I'm only going to say this because it comes out a lot, and we've talked about this, that women feel like they have to hold the weight of the world on their shoulders. So we have to be perfect in this. We got to stroke your ego. We got to do this. So at this point, for most women, we're nurturers by who we are. So if I can't fix you and you're my mate, then it's my fault, right? So, and even in this girl situation, this is her thing. So who do we fall back on?
Wait a minute. So
we got to first find out why Mr. Smokefellow rang the day.
Why ring the bell?
Because I'm gonna go back to 2 episodes, and what did I tell you? It's all about choices. Everybody got choices. If you make that wrong choice, you gotta own it. It ain't no I'm conditioned to believe and all that. You don't have to repeat the cycle of life that you were born into. You got a choice to do it.
Wow.
That's true. I truly believe that. But think about us as a people. So basically, every choice that we've made since the beginning of time when we hit this damn continent, do you really believe that we have broken the cycle? We have not.
I guess I'm supposed to complete the cycle and be on the corner and be a dope boy then.
I'm not saying that as a people.
Regardless of what theory, if it
that's
was
what I'm supposed to do then, right?
You would not see, because the market is not to black men. Let's talk about who Derrick Jaxon, who buys his books. Black women. Who buys Steve Harvey books? Think Like a Man. Black women. Why is whether we want to acknowledge it or not, you do not have this huge population of black women purposely making decisions that will keep them single and childless into their 40s. There is something going on that is conditioning us as people that we cannot have successful and healthy relationships. And we gotta own that. So we
know why? I'm not gonna say all women, but it's a lot of black women that think that they can read a book or listen to somebody on some talk show to learn how to love instead of following your heart and making love what it is.
So if we were to take a poll, I'm gonna call BS on that, because if we were to take a poll right here, just all the people in the comments, I promise you, every woman in here has been in a situation where she was the perfect mate, quote unquote, whatever that meant, and still did not end up winning in the end.
I'm trying to find some popcorn. I'm enjoying this.
So again, I think
I was gonna say you cannot, because no woman picks up a book first.
Thank you.
A woman is going to pick up a book when she has been unsuccessful, because that's what we have been conditioned to do. What we know how to do is go to school and learn. That's what we know how to do.
Come on,
Let me get a little bit in on this.
Okay, go ahead.
So just kind of go back to all the past shows, how we've been speaking on like how Black women especially are, like, even though Black women are celebrated so much now, like how we're not groomed to they're not being groomed to be loved or brought up that way, or that word we always talk about, strong Black woman, right? So why is it all this black women's power, the TV shows and all this that's going on, and everybody's celebrating the Black women making money, Black women doing this, but the Black women are also being exposed for their failures to have successful relationships. So is all this connected? Is all this somewhat connected in a sense?
Because we don't get a chance to pick. We don't get both. Ours is usually what we are conditioned to see, or what you see is either you successful in your career and you suck in relationships, or you great at relationships, and you suck at your job. So
you are taught, we are conditioned early on that a woman cannot have it all.
Are y'all conditioned not to see red flags and know when to walk away?
I'm not saying that we're not. I think we have to learn that. We have to learn
it. Absolutely are conditioned to ignore red flags, because we come from generations where we have watched women stay in relationships, and we have watched them. A red flag is something you're supposed to work through. You literally heard this woman use the
choices. It's all about the choices that you make. You don't have to make that choice.
So hold on. Let me just.
Hold on.
I want to talk hypothetically.
If you see that flag and you choose not to walk hypothetically, that's on you.
Mr. Smokefella, let's not talk hypothetically. Let's talk
I'm talking real
situations here, because this is exactly why Black women are in the situation. Y'all don't hear us. So when you are a good man, you have no idea what we deal with. We don't choose shitty ass men like Derrick Jaxon. We get fooled by shitty ass men like Derrick Jaxon. So first up, let me be real clear. I am sick of y'all blaming us, because it is a barrage of men and that is shitty. Now,
and it's a barrage of men that's not.
It absolutely
all relationships are like rolling the dice, like you playing crap. And if you crap out, guess what?
Bad women.
Up the pieces, put your big girl drawers on, and move it on.
Here is, I think,
sitting there laying in your swallow talking about the man did me wrong. This man did me wrong. You always blaming the man.
We're not
all one-sided right now.
We're not blaming the man.
It's one-sided.
Did we say we were blaming men?
That's what it sounds like. They already got it in the comments.
I have never said that we are blaming men.
We are talking about differently.
Right.
We're conditioned differently. Y'all don't want to talk about the fact you raised your daughters to date men that you don't raise your son to be. We don't want to talk about that. You raise your sons one way, to be the type of men that they can run in your house. And I'm not saying every single one of them, but if we would acknowledge that things are broken and stop blaming each other, this is exactly what happens. And the church.
So can I come back about how you raise the men?
Because most Black women are religious. They are spiritually bound, especially when they single, especially when they've been broken in a relationship. They cling to the church. Let me tell you what the church has failed your single women. Your church has taught us something is wrong with us if a man doesn't want to marry you. And I keep telling you, you talk about choices. I don't get to choose a husband. I have to wait to be chosen. So stop talking about choices, because I don't get to choose. You do. So while we're waiting to be chosen, we make mistakes. Own that.
I got one for you.
Men got wrong pickers too.
I got one for you. A lot of these men that's growing up, growing up fatherless. So who's raising these men to be that way? Women. Women.
Wow.
Women.
Wow.
Hold on.
Oh, wow.
So now you got women that's bringing Uncle Larry, Uncle John, Uncle Tom through the house to meet them, and that's what they see, right?
Did y'all see?
Hurt people.
Did y'all see Stabler coming back to Law and Order SVU? I'm just trying to break the monotony up a little bit.
Hey, y'all not gonna keep saying it's all me.
I'm just breaking it up a little bit.
I hear you, Mr. Smokefella, but I really want to get back to the religious part, because we don't look at the fact, if you look at Baptist churches today, the population of people in your churches are primarily women. Okay, so first up, I just want you to understand, they ain't talking to you, they not conditioning you. Okay, so that's I get what you're saying. Y'all issues are different because men pick bad women too. Understand that it's not just women that pick bad men. There's a reason good women and good men are not connecting, are not finding each other, not staying in healthy relationships.
So it sounds like now you're blaming the church.
I am. And if you would let me finish, I would tell you that
you can choose your church.
But it's not. But here's the thing: it's not just one church.
It's not just one church. It's the whole religious belief. It is how the Bible has been interpreted.
Pray at your kitchen while you having your frosted.
So what exactly? So where did it turn? Because I know I was raised where most of the women in my family, where marriage was big in my family. Like people were married, right? It seemed like around our generation when the whole from baby mama to the single parent household became more normal than unique, right?
Oh,
it seemed like right around us. It seemed like right. Well, hold on. Let me finish. So now this whole whatever this grand plan was to devalue Black families and break up Black families, clearly from this conversation we have is working.
It is
absolutely. Clearly, it is worked.
About that,
it
is
completely worked. We've always done it to ourselves. We have. If you look at the institution of the church, what do you see in most leadership cases? You see men. The followers are women, and that a lot of this we are conditioned that we can do the work behind the scenes, but we can't be in front. You can't nowadays. You're starting to see more female preachers.
Put up Tony or
ministers. But you are
South, somebody they won't let some in the South get in the pulpit still.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like
yes, they're conditioned to be
right.
Women can't lead.
We're conditioned not to win in the Black church. I mean it and so I think that what we're trying to say is that we're not gonna acknowledge it. It's easier for us to acknowledge our faults as older women. But I'm looking at Derrick. Derrick is 31 years old.
Yep.
He's 31.
Is he?
And yes. And so his wife, guess what? She's still in her 20s or whatever, probably early 30s. So she's still in that space.
So why are women? So why are women listening to a 31-year-old brother?
Because you know what? Women are going to take any.
You don't know nothing.
But here's the thing: if you've had so many failed relationships and you can't figure out what it is,
then he talking
good. And it sounds good. Even with Steve Harvey, it sounded good, even though we knew Steve Harvey was a hot ass mess. But guess what? His book was a bestseller. The movie was
one thing though. Steve Harvey married all his women though. His dad been married about 5 times.
And we knew what Steve Harvey was before he wrote these books. We knew what type of person he was, and guess what? We still bought it. And I own books myself.
It's a cry for help, and they're exposing it, right? They're taking advantage of it. They're taking advantage of this cry for help from Black women who don't understand why their relationships are constantly failing, or they, as being say, making bad choices or ignoring red flags or whatever it is.
We internalize that. Whether we can sit here all day with our chest poked out and tell you that we don't care and this and that, but every failed
go lay on the couch
weighs on us.
Man,
go lay on the couch if you're in your 40s talking about you don't care.
Guess what?
Right.
Just go seek some help.
And all these books and these TV shows and these social media posts, it's truth and bullshit in every single post. Now it's up to the individuals that's listening to understand the truth and know what the bullshit is. And 9 times out of 10, they're immediately attracted to the bullshit.
So how do I know BS?
Correct.
Without having to bump my head.
I don't know, but
Because
I mean,
I've never seen a successful relationship, Mr. Smokefella. If I've never seen it, it's never been modeled. None of my friends are successfully married. I got thoughts as friends. I got side chicks as friends. My parents, like you said, single mom, Uncle Larry, Uncle Joe, all of them. If I've never seen it, how would I know that that's a red flag when I've only seen red flags?
It's a great question.
If I've never seen anything but bad, toxic, red flags, and even in the church, because this is the point I keep trying to come back to. There are two types of relationships in churches. There are people who pretend like they are happy and things are amazing because the church has conditioned you that if you get divorced, you're going to hell. God don't like divorce. You need to stick it out. You need to pray more. If your marriage is at fault, you sit there, you just like
all on the pulpit. You need to go fall at the altar.
From the pulpit. You go seek counseling, and everything is about. You could say he is going upside my head like Tina went upside Ike's head in the limo. They gonna tell you pray about it. They never gonna tell you it's okay to get a divorce.
So
when you get a divorce,
you know the answer to that.
Ain't no counseling for you. Nobody tells you how to recover and keep your relationship with God. It's a single ministry and a marriage ministry. Ain't no single again ministry, which is a different lifestyle. I can't deal with the single folks.
That's bars. That was a bar.
That was a bar.
Single again ministry.
But I'm gonna answer your question.
Hey, you just gave a new idea. Trademark that.
If you didn't,
so
if you didn't grow up around it, and how you get through it, it's called this thing called life experiences.
I think that and Mrs. Smokefella, I hear what you're saying, and it sounds so simplistic, but it's really not. It's just not.
Y'all make it harder than what it is. Life experience.
Everybody ain't done. You are still an exception. And until you acknowledge that you are an exception, until you acknowledge that most of the men in your age bracket are not like you, then you would understand. And let me tell you, I've been in this dating pool enough to tell you that even people who are not dirt bags got dirt on them.
Of course.
They've been hurt. And so my point is,
of course, what is life experience?
Your church teach divorce.
We gotta read some comments.
But does every church teach divorce, Nunu? Or is that a progressive thought? Because I've been in a lot of churches, and I didn't see where we've been taught to pretend and act, and they'll sit in church and cuss each other out from the parking lot all the way home.
Yeah.
We gotta acknowledge what the problem is.
Okay, so with that, with even being taught divorce, have we, I guess now leading up to now, is it a first? It's a first option instead of a last resort, right?
It's
like people are quick to get divorced. I ain't happy, gone. You know what I'm saying? Like divorce, or is it or something happened? Anything that happened, not even giving yourself time to forgive or heal, divorce. It's like it's so common now that it's almost ridiculous, and maybe just maybe that's scaring men from marriage, because if you go look at the numbers, it's more women filing for divorce than men. Right. So could that let's talk from the man's side? Could a man not want to go through that again? Can men have a fear of it? Because it's common that. You know what I'm saying?
That's the biggest pool of men in your age bracket is men that are, like I said, they not dirt bags, but they dirt-ish because they've been hurt.
Right. Most of the single men in my age bracket have been married and divorced, right?
Listen, men hurt different. I'm gonna just say women bounce back game is a little different than men. Mm-hmm. Y'all get hurt one doggone time and y'all out for the count. Y'all out, y'all not getting up off the mat.
That's
y'all
ego.
done with the fight.
That's
out.
ego.
I don't want to play no more. You take your ball and you go home. Y'all are done.
Don't nobody want to get deboed twice.
But women are not the same.
Don't nobody deboed twice.
Right, but
in life.
Think about it. Men are so, and I'm about to add another spin. Sometimes men are celebrated for when they cheat or when they do things dirt-ish in relationships.
Cheating is celebrated on both ends now.
But what I'm saying for most women, it is, how do I put back on my face and face the day? Because let's think. We had Beyonce, you had Halle Berry, We can go down the list of all the beautiful and prices that we celebrate.
What's the new chick that just got broke up with by the Migos dudes? The chick that sing. Yeah. My 16-year-old told me.
Stop looking at celebrity relationships to be all end all.
We don't want to put our friends on blast, so we was putting people that everybody know. I can't
everybody know. Right?
So if nothing else, but that also shows you that you're not alone though. Like it shows that no one's protected from it. No one, it don't matter how much money you got, no matter how pretty everybody tell you are, no one's baby from being hurt or being cheated on or being left or whatever. Like it's So I'm just saying,
it's a universal problem for us all.
Are not devalued for being single.
That's true. Great point. That's bars. That's a great point.
And again, I think we have to get into y'all. Ain't nothing wrong with y'all if y'all single.
Absolutely.
Now, I love what Mark said. Yes. A lot of women don't understand the men's ego. Right. I agree with you. That's why I say our bounce back game is different. Right. When y'all are hurt, the fact that it takes y'all at least 6 for play relationships before you gonna really give your heart to somebody else.
6.
6 for play.
6 Where you just pull that number out your bonnet,
right?
For play relationships, and when I say for play, this is what it is. Y'all give all of the good. If you're a good dude who been hurt, you still seek companionship. You still want to be in a relationship, but you got about 4-5 women you interchanging through because you don't want to get committed. But that's why I say dirt-ish. You're not a dirtbag because you usually upfront. I don't want to be in a commitment. I'm dating other people. You do boyfriend stuff, but I'm not your boyfriend. I'm just telling you what I see going on. Then you finally use those women up. And then eventually you will either commit to somebody down the road or you just will continue with that cycle of relationship issues. But not.
Well, why don't y'all listen to that though? You just said a man will say, I'm not ready for a relationship. They might do a couple of boyfriend-ish things and all of that, but y'all don't listen. Y'all just go both feet in. This my man, and he done told you. And then you say, oh, you used her up and moved on to the next one. Sometimes it's about the right time with a man. He ain't not ready for that. And then as he moves through the circle of life, then he says, I'm ready.
That's what we talked about last week. I thought we said we wasn't going to date unless we heal. If you ain't ready for that, sit your lonely ass down. Don't use us for companionship and you don't want to commit. I don't care what you say out your mouth. Actions speak louder than words. And when your actions and your words conflict, you cause confusion and get mad when I decide which part of the story I want to believe when you telling 2 stories.
So when
we arguing so much, we got great comments in here.
I know.
Let's bring our people in.
I'm not about that.
I'm drinking.
I ain't drinking tonight. I'm like, damn, I should have had a cocktail tonight.
I had to have one poured for me. So when a guy telling you all of that, why don't you just say no? That's
hold on. Let's read Joy. Let's read Joyce's comment here. You want me to do it, Nick?
Go ahead, Miss.
Okay. The thing about life, you can't depend on people, not even your pastor. You go to God personally and ask for that spirit on disturbance. At some point, the onus is on the person to have a great, happy, and loving relationship with yourself first. Then you can recognize when a person is in a disruption to your house, and temple, and you move around. Great comment. But that's another thing, sister, that is easier said than done.
And
it's easier said than done, especially depending on the person too. That's not always the.
And I think when we talk about religion is that we have to recognize that there's so many different doctrine out there, right? So what may happen in my church is totally different that may happen what may happen in somebody else's church. There are some doctrine where they are truly like, God is going to get me through this. Every problem that I have, I go and I lay it on the altar and God is going to walk me through it. And of course, all of us truly believe that. but it's it's the faith without works, right? So if I don't do, I'm conditioned and I was taught, if I don't do the work, then I cannot heal. But that's not what every religious Christian, Lutheran, whatever doctrines you have.
Pretty much, y'all agreeing with the comment y'all got on me about when I said you need more than Jesus and the dildo, and y'all told me I was going to hell. I said that a couple of weeks ago.
And you put that in the same sentence. Like,
I know it was wrong, but
hey, they forget about things they say in past episodes.
No,
I was wrong for saying that.
Together.
Listen, I think Joey brings up a great point.
Y'all should have said that. Y'all should have went into she said for this one and left us out of this because
y'all
can't win this. Y'all can't win this.
Who's trying to win? Nobody's
because y'all can't. Y'all bad mouthing the entire male race and saying that the male race is using women up like toilet paper. Then once they done, they throw and flush it down the toilet. That's what y'all basically just said.
You know what? When I see this stick neck Derrick Jaxon dude, I'm putting hands and feet on him. He didn't cause too many problems in here.
I'm putting my bonnet back on for this.
He didn't cause too many issues. You got Nick out here in the thought top. It's just bad today. It's bad today. I don't like him. I don't like him.
She said some women don't listen because they so busy trying to prove their worth when it comes off as a therapist. Mm-hmm. Listen, I love that because one of our own, Miriam, sent me a topic to discuss, which was a movement started in New York, which is She Is Not Your Rehab. And again, I think it goes back to a lot of our conversations. You stressed out? You tense?
Oh, my shoulder messed up, man. Sorry, go ahead.
You're too old to be doing them flips and splits and around. Don't do that.
I get hurt climbing out of bed. Trust me.
Don't put that in the box.
I get hurt climbing out of bed.
We won't talk about lefty flipping and squatting and splitting and all.
That ain't happening no way.
Nothing about squatting.
Right, that ain't happening no way.
Add to the story. But go ahead.
I just really quickly as a transition, because I don't care about Derrick Jaxon. I don't care.
Yeah, we off that. We didn't left him way behind.
I just want to know.
Old thick neck pit bull face Negro got us out here arguing. Dang, I'm stressed out now. I wasn't even gonna drink.
Marcus.
The lady Louisa. So
don't you know inbox asking if she got on underwear. Don't do it.
Wait a minute, hold on. We don't need to know what's going on in the inbox.
See, there we go.
We don't need to know what's going on in the inbox.
We're going right back in the box with that one.
Nobody inbox now. I don't want to hear that. Magical inbox.
Oh my God.
Inbox etiquette.
No. It's part of the whole Lady Eloise. She says I don't have any panties on. See, they thought I was actually going with the actual boomerang.
Yeah, it just sounded weird.
But they didn't know, so it went in a weird direction.
It just came in. It was
my bad.
We all here tonight. We just did. We all over the place.
We are not
and landing and back to She Is Not Your Rehab. And take it away, Ladybug.
Right. Go ahead. Proceed.
Wow.
Not wearing panties throws off your pH down. Here we go. I love our audience. They the best. They are the best.
Oh God.
You know what? Every Tuesday, I'm like, I'm not doing the show no more. I'm sick of them. And then I get on with y'all, and it's this kind of energy.
Thank you.
Right. Like Eric said, however.
However.
We know where your minds were. There you go.
If you have not heard about this movement, and I know nobody else read the article that I
did.
It's a dope movement where they take the barbershop. So I really want to turn this over to the guys, and they take the barbershop conversations that we as ladies are not privy to. And they're really pushing men to heal themselves outside of using a woman. So don't do them 6-ish relationships before you can really date. About 6, maybe 7. Maybe 7 is the number of completion.
Well, you and them numbers tonight. I don't know what's going on with you.
Oh, I got another number for y'all. Y'all will remember when I bring it up.
Okay.
But do y'all, first up, do y'all have these kind of conversations in the barbershop? I don't really feel like y'all have emotionally deep conversations when you're in the chair.
No. Men don't. Here's the one thing with men. It's even in your weakest moments, it's hard to be weak around other men. Like you can't, for some reason, and I think it's women too, but just like it's something with black folks that we think having weak moments make us weak people, not realizing it really just makes us human. You know, we think because we got hurt, all of a sudden we a lame, we a simp, you know, this, that, and the other. Or if you get played, you know, it's somehow something wrong with you. You're already battling your insecurities. You're already battling your whole manhood thing got snatched up, and you're dealing with that. You just can't sit with the homies drinking, and then the conversation don't get sensitive like that. So, you're more than likely get clowned than get some good advice.
Exactly, and
you'll get clowned.
To piggyback on what Lefty said, it's spot on. So the movement is directed at the wrong spot, the barbershop. I've been knowing my man down there for 30 years. If it's somebody that I'm gonna talk to, right. If it's somebody that I'm gonna talk to, it'll be my man down there in the left corner.
Right.
Because I can trust him with what I'm saying, and then we can have a real conversation. But it's not gonna happen in the cigar shop, it's not gonna happen in the barber shop, at the car wash, or wherever men congregate. It's not gonna happen. You gotta have that close partner that you can have that heart to heart with, and that person can sit there and just listen and let you get it off, or provide you with the insight that he has through life experiences. But you're not going to get that in the barber shop, the cigar shop, car wash, library.
That's the ultimate. That's the ultimate judgment zone. They tell there's no judgment zone. That's the judgment zone now.
Well, it sounds like, I mean, I hear what you all saying, but it sounds like this movement has taken off and is seemingly successful in several places. And I will say that having worked in the medical field for a while, they were using the barbershop to help communicate wellness practices for Black men. So, and
you can do that there.
I got it. But also to talk about things that affect men generally. So I think is it a matter of creating a space where men can talk? And I'm not saying you've got to get into your nitty gritty, dirty business, but is there the opportunity to create a culture where it is okay for you to have a conversation about feelings or conversations about?
Well, you have to look at it from a man's point. Like we've spoken about it in the past on the show, how ever since you could walk, you know, you were taught as a man, you don't cry, you don't be weak, you be strong, you never, you know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody see you down, like poke your chest out. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter how hurt you are, what you're going through, like that's what that's embedded in us. That's been embedded. And most of our fathers and grandfathers and great grandfathers were taught the same way, you know, so they passed down the way they were taught. It wasn't intentionally to make us cold hearted. You're right. You know what I mean? So a lot of times I think when men go through those phases, it's not that they're intentionally out to hurt other people. They're just, that's part of their process. And sometimes it's about getting getting your manhood back up, feeling good about yourself again. You know what they say, what a lot of women say, nothing sexy about it's men like a man that's, you know, got his chest poked out is sexy, right? He confident, he's good, you know, in his walk and how he talk and everything, right? So you know, sometimes that's how some guys get back to that level. And you know, it's casualties of war, and I think it goes on both ends. You know, a lot of times people get caught in the crossfires, and it's not intentional, but you know, but I think for women, I'll give advice to women, you got to set strong boundaries. You got to set strong boundaries when it comes to, if you really want men to commit, set your boundaries. And if that means I'm willing to lose you over my boundary, then I'll lose you, because you're not going to run me, you know, you're not going to put me through that. Or if you're not willing to commit, you aren't going to get wifey treatment. You know what they always say, don't stop giving folks wifey treatment until you become his wife.
I think the barbershop and the movement, as I read the article, is really focused at creating those, as Mr. Smokefellow said earlier, creating those environments where a young man may not have a positive role model to look up to, but you can have real conversations. You ain't got to tell him your business, but you can tell him your experience. You can share that knowledge. And they're trying to create a lot of spaces where it becomes okay. I think the thing that we all, not just men or women, we all have to get okay with is not being okay. I think we have been taught to always be on, always have that face. And when we're breaking, we don't know how. And it is not graceful at all. When we finally break, because we have not we don't know how to cope. We don't have a coping mechanism. Our coping mechanism is to push through. And like you, Lucky, I think what I was trying to say earlier is the same thing. Women have been conditioned that no matter what, you get up, you keep going. You know, I can't tell you how many times I've heard you come from a lineage of slaves that went through this and this and this, and you can't make it through this. It's almost like you don't have permission to not be okay. And the one thing that I love about the barbershop concept is it's giving permission and a safe space for men to admit that they're not okay, and it doesn't have to be at the expense of a woman. Because the other thing that I think you bring up is whether we admit it or not. We talked about it last week with our transition. Y'all look for that soft spot. Because with a woman, that nurturer comes out of us. When I know somebody that would come cry in my lap because I wasn't going to judge. I still was going to look at him like a man when he was done crying. He just was broken. Your boy ain't going to come crying to you. But again, how do we get you guys to being in a healthy spot without
where you can
relationships?
I think that's tough. Like I said, because we've been, just like you said, you know, being conditioned. We've been conditioned 3 times over. You know what I mean? We just have been conditioned like that. Now you're talking men in their 40s, you know, to all of a sudden open up or feel comfortable enough to open up. It's pretty difficult. But even now, the younger men, what are we seeing? They feminine, and he's soft, he's sensitive, he is, you know.
And I experienced. Go ahead.
Let me tell you, a man will open up to somebody that they are comfortable with, that doesn't judge, and that's going to listen, not always respond back. That could be a co-worker. That could be his best friend. That could be just, that could be a telemarketer on the phone. Whatever the case it might be. But you just can't expect them to go on the barbershop.
That's this man birthday.
But you know, like Lefty said, in the barbershop, you know, you run the risk of getting clowned. It depends on the maturity level at the time that you in there. If you got a lot of older individuals in the shop at that time, you might get that. But then if you got another dynamic in the shop, you getting clowned from as soon as you sit in the chair till you pay your bill and out the door. So men know who that they can have these conversations with. Their brother, could be an older brother, a younger brother, an uncle, a cousin. They know who they can talk to. So don't think men don't have that outlet and that person to talk to, because they do. You just don't know about it. You never will.
Right. And so my thing is it, and again, it goes back to what is the conversation? Because I think that what Love Bug is trying to say, and I think I'm understanding, it's not necessarily about airing your dirty laundry. It's about coming to a space where you feel like you can say, I'm not okay. And I think that's where we are. And I'll give you an example. Maybe about 2 years ago, I was up at DePaul University, and they were having a barbershop talk. And it was the coolest thing. It was led by a bunch of young guys that were on the campus. They were cutting hair in one of the lounges, and the boys were just there. Male students at the school. So, and in that, like, they invited the women in because we were passing through towards the end, because then they brought in a stylist to do a young lady's hair. And the conversation was it was a topic-based conversation. So nobody was in there airing their dirty laundry, but people felt safe to expand on how they felt about a particular subject. So we're not saying that every time you go into the barbershop, like, hey, just tell all your business. I had a threesome with so-and-so, so-and-so. But I didn't. I didn't. I promise you.
Whoa.
But I'm just saying, but that's what he's saying. Like, nobody feels comfortable in sharing their dirty laundry. So I think it's more about figuring out what's going to work for our Black men in particular. Well, men in general, because I think in a couple of cases where they're doing this, it's not necessarily all Black men. But what can be done to help create a culture that it is okay to seek healing? And I think that the purpose of this story that was being shared about these she is not your, what is it? She is
rehab.
Not your rehab is that oftentimes for women are the recipients and have to be the therapists and the social workers and the support system. So how is it that we can not necessarily push back, but help to create a culture where men can do that with each other? And I think that's really what this is about. It's not about you airing dirty laundry. It's really about going to a place where you feel like you can get your own healing.
I think it's about breaking.
Camo, you got a platform for that.
Generational curse, right? Breaking.
Hold on. Camo, you got a platform for that. And I'm being serious.
And you know what?
You have the painting thing, so you could start a small little session where you got men and women talking about, I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there. I want some of the residuals out of that, so when you do it.
Because I was going to say, I will issue a challenge. If you are in the Chicagoland area, men, and you want to hold a forum where you all can talk amongst men, I will be willing to sponsor that as my organization. I will do that.
Jerome already said young Black men need trustworthy mentors. And I think that's where you guys are the exceptions. You stand in the gap and you begin to shape and raise those Black men who don't have strong, positive Black men. And it's not going to work for everybody.
That's true. I mean, it's not. I mean, and I mean, we're still generalizing a lot of stuff though too. Mm-hmm. Right, we're generalizing, and everybody heals different. Everyone goes through their process in a different way. Whether it's, in some people's eyes, that may be the wrong way to go about it, but it works for them. Just like we clown people for going on social media, telling all their business. Right? We joke. Nobody want to hear all that. What you crying on social media for? Or this, that, and the other. But for some people, that's their platform. That's where they. Where they can, instead of the words coming out of their mouth, they can describe it a little better by typing it or posting it. Or some people may need to hear, oh, it's going to be okay. Or, pat on the back. Some people like me, I don't need all that. But, it's different. It's really no right way to heal or wrong way to heal. It's wrong to hurt people when you're in the process. Mm-hmm. But I don't think anyone, I'm not going to say anyone, but I don't think most people intentionally just go out to just destroy, women or Black women especially, and vice versa. And like we always talk about, you just got some dirt bags. Just some people just straight up dirt bags, right? It is what it is.
Dirty-ish people.
And then they're dirty-ish people. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there it is. So so even if we can create something, how do we know that's helping, the majority? You're still going to be different. I think it's going to go more back to that one-on-one, those mentors like Gandhi put up, and a few other people having like mentors, or even just anybody you can sit and talk to. When I was going through what I was going through, as many people as I know a lot of people. It may have been like 3 people I could really sit down and really like pour my heart out to, maybe 3 that I'm gonna say that I felt comfortable sitting down with. You know what I'm saying, and talking to, and one was my brother. I
was laughing at that too.
and one was my brother, because me and my brother had a bad relationship. We hadn't spoken in a long time, but we were kind of going through something at the same time, and we leaned on each other. And now we closer than ever. You know what I'm saying? Like probably closer than we was when we was kids.
I I think that's what
You know what I'm saying?
that's what I'm looking for. I think that's what the story was looking for, because I think women are better at that.
Mhm.
I think we're more comfortable with reaching out and being like, Tiffany, listen, I know you've been through a divorce. What do I do? You know what I'm saying? I think, and I think we have safe space where we do probably air out more of our business than we should, because that's just what we do. But now I want to get to a fun topic. We got about a few more minutes in before we log out. I want to get into a fun topic.
Well, we got 45 minutes, about a few minutes.
But it's a good topic that's going to take us 45 minutes. We already arguing. I'm ready to talk something to Mr. Smoke Fella, but I'm
said it was like we had 10 minutes left. We got 45 minutes left.
On your bonnet.
Okay, I got you. All right, so.
Is it purple?
Yes, of course. Purple is my favorite color.
Oh my God.
Look now.
Prince Junior over there.
Prince spot top on.
Listen, I got to do it like hers. Hers was to the side. She didn't have it. Yeah, hers was to the side like that. So listen, I want to talk about sex and emotions. And I'm probably not going to do no talking because Mr. Smokefella didn't trigger me today, and I'm tired of arguing with him. So I'm probably going to let y'all have this. But
One.
You did not win. Don't make me tally up the comments, bruh. And I already got you for your little Gary comment. Camel kept talking. I didn't want to interrupt her, but I heard you, boo-boo. 3 o'clock. I can't take this bonnet.
The GI Barrette.
Bonnet on. Like, I can't do it. He gonna call it the GI.
Oh my God. The ghetto, yes it is.
Okay, so listen. I got a thing, and I'm actually gonna turn it over to Lucky, because this was a topic he raised about sex and emotions, and whether you can have sex without emotion and whether you should have sex without emotion. So, Lucky, I'm gonna let you lead this topic since I've been hot all night.
Okay, so actually, this actually came from the Marriage at First Sight show. I don't know if it was the current season or a past season, where the one of the couples, the girl is like pretty much like, I'm horny, I want to have sex, and the dude is like,
no,
he ain't feeling it. So, and she stated when she was speaking to the doctor on the show about, she's used to sex. She can't, like, she separates sex and emotions. She's used to having sex without emotions. This is nothing for her. Mm-hmm. And he's not that type of guy, which is usually the other way around, right? It's usually the other way around.
The men this season is real sensitive anyway. So
yeah, they're a little different. I personally just think he just don't like you. He ain't into you like that. Because I don't care what it is. It's this season. Thanks, Nunu. Because you laying next to a woman every night, whether it's pretend or not, something gonna pop up. It's something gonna happen. You just would think, right? But I found it interesting when she made that comment about sex, like she's used to having sex without emotions, and it's kind of left her almost emotionless. And she said she don't know how. A lot of people now don't mix sex and love. It's like, no, I can just bang, 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 bang. So that's a good question for the panel. And I want to ask everybody out there, can you have sex without emotions? I mean, long term. I mean, you talking about relationships, not just one night stands, but like go on and on in the sexual situation with no emotions. Camo, what you got?
I'm gonna go with yes, that you can do it. I have done it. However, it will not last an extended period of time.
So what's your extended period of time? How long before the smash you gotta become boo?
Smash gotta pass.
Right. How long we done smashing you boo? Like what's your timeline before you start getting a little?
I'm gonna be honest. Anybody that I was just smashing without emotions, I never ended up dating. I wasn't planning on it. It was just I just wanted some penis.
So do you think you're now somewhat conditioned?
No. I'm not messing with Eric. Yeah. I don't think I'm conditioned to it because I still seek that emotional attachment. So, but I will say I did go through a huge period of my life where I was just like, I don't want you for a relationship. Matter of fact, I don't even like you like that. I just think your penis is good, and that's all I wanted.
Ooh, Camo, what is going on? Well, we know Love Bug answer, but I want to hear it anyway. Tell the world your rule. Because she has always told us this her rule.
I got a rule. And listen, can I have a random one night stand smash? Absolutely. But can I sleep with you repetitively without emotions? Nope. We sleep together 3 times, we go together. That's my rule. And I keep that up. Listen, we smash more than 3 times, we go together. Because now it's not you scratching the itch. Now there's something else there for me. And so now if that's spread out, that rule is different. If I go back and smash and it's been a minute and then I go away for another couple of months, that's still me trying to meter my emotions, because for me, sex is not even worth it if emotions are not attached to it. So I'm very much like the guy on Married at First Sight. It's so much better with emotions. And I'm just going to be honest. You know, Chase and Wood talked about it. Most women don't orgasm. So the likelihood that my sexual pleasure is great without emotions is like slim to none for me. So it's not worth the effort. Now, no, that's on me. I got my own issues. I understand why it's like that. But I would prefer to sleep with somebody I got feelings for, because then it's better. It's way better. So.
Well, Mr. Smoke fella, I think I know your answer, but I'm going to pass it to my boy anyway. Here's the alley-oop. Don't blow this one like you did in the game back in 91. That's no here, no there. Let's just go ahead. Go ahead. It's on you now.
Wow. You triggered down there, I see.
If I had hair, I'll swing it. Go ahead.
You ain't never doing that.
Yeah, that ain't never happen.
Check it out. I can't really attest for the women, so I'm just going to speak on the man's part. It depends on what place a man is in. Now, a man can smash all day long and it be emotionless. But I got to agree with Love Bug over there. It is always better when you got some emotion in it. You know what I'm saying? But a man could smash all day long if he don't see you as being his point guard, his quarterback. If he don't see you as that way, he can smash all day long and it's nothing. But if he see that there's a future, or you got potential to be future, then emotions will come in it. It is what it is, but it depends on the place where the man is at. A man could be fresh out of a relationship, and Lefty, what do they say when you come out of a relationship? What's the best therapy?
Best way to get over it is get on top of somebody else. Well, for y'all, right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it goes both ways on both sides, but you know, a man will just find a piece just to smash with, to get over that heartbreaking pain, to fill the void, to fill the time.
Those are facts. So we got some comments. T. Rich, this is a long one. Let me see. I can't see it from my phone. I'm gonna look at it on here.
I got it.
Oh, you got it?
I got it. I mean, what do you mean during the physical act? Because you can care about a person. You can care about a person like you care that he tears it off when he come through. I'm confused. I get it. You all mean not caring about dude just getting a D. Yeah, I think. I mean, you know, I cared about the people I smashed. I did care about them. I just didn't want to be with them.
Right, but it had to be something there, right? It had to be.
Absolutely.
It has to be when we talk emotion. We're not necessarily saying be in love with a person, but it got to be some type of feeling, because first of all, you got to initiate it. Unless you're in one of the relationships where somebody just come through in a trench coat, butt naked, come in the house and get it cracking right away. You know what I'm saying? If you're in one of those type of relationships, but other than that,
that's a relationship.
I'm saying, well, sexual shit, whatever you want to call it. but typically you gotta have some type of interaction.
Absolutely.
Like talk on the hey, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? I don't think. I mean, at what point do especially a female get tired of a dude just like I want to smash? Come on through.
I'm sorry. I was the one actually sending the messages.
So you were sending the hey big head man.
Yeah, I was. And I will be completely transparent. I literally, absolutely. I would meet a guy, and once I would decide that I don't want to date them, but you could be great in bed, once I had thought like, oh, I don't really want to be around you like that, but I can fuck you.
You had a little she bag in you.
So for all us, so for the ones that have done this non-emotional thing, right? They're cool with doing a non-emotional thing. Have you ever been in a situation where the other person was emotional? The other person was just feelings, but you was just on some old. This is all it is. And I know a bunch of folks out here got the same response, but what was the result?
That's where you got to be like that movie, Gone in 60 Seconds. He said, you have to be able and willing to bounce.
Get out.
Well, if a person, you with a person, they start catching feelings, you got to be able to
let it go.
Create an argument that gets you out or something. You do something.
And that's when them heads pop out the bushes at 3 a.m.
You do something.
Talking about where you been. You mad.
But you gotta do it. But a lot of men, I'm gonna throw this out there. A lot of men will create a superficial argument where they get out of the relationship, but still got the key to that door. At any minute can go back and smash. I'm just gonna put it out there. It's been done.
It has been done.
I'm not gonna say that I've done it, but
No, I think
I had heard.
It depends on your temperament, right? And I can say again, for me, I don't do reruns. So when I was done with my relationship, I'm done. But if you were my smash buddy, I may smash you again. But if you my boyfriend and we break up, we not doing that. I'm not doing that with you.
So I got a question. If someone is just your smash buddy, and this is why Nick
has smash buddy. I'm just kidding. They not all.
This is why Nick got a rule, because I know I've definitely been that person that caught emotions, and I think when you get into these situations, you have to know who you are and what works for you. That ain't gonna work for me. I catch feelings, and if I don't like you.
Nick, was y'all going on dates? Was y'all going out and stuff, or was y'all just smashing?
I don't think I ever just smashed somebody because I'm not that type of chick.
That's the thing.
That's what I'm saying.
If you just smash it, that means you're not going to the movie.
You're not doing that.
To the dinner. You might come through and bring you
bring me some six. Give me some Harold's. Bring me some Harold's.
Right. You know, you get a meal like that late at night, and as soon as you finish that, you know what time it is.
That's what we're doing. Yeah. And I don't know if that's like a harsh thing, but I've learned that I've learned that if I'm putting you in that space, that I don't do things that I would do with somebody that I'm interested in dating. So I don't hang out with you. I don't.
So what's the rule? Because I ain't. Because Nick rule is we smash 3 times whether I like you or not. We go together. I let you get it. So I need to know what the smash rules. So like, what time is they allowed to come over? What time they gotta leave? Like. Are they allowed to call you, FaceTime you? Like, I need to know what.
Oh no, we not FaceTiming. Hell no, we not FaceTiming. You might get
I think it's around club times from 10 to 3. Anytime between there is cool. Anything before after that is relationship. Like,
you get a WYD. That's what you get.
If it's during the day, it's a relationship.
Right.
At night.
Tia said there are no outside activities.
Absolutely.
Smash buddies.
None. That's facts.
So are we? But can you become conditioned to that?
Right.
I think if you know your why behind it, right? So why do you just only want to have a smash buddy? Because I didn't want to date you. But I think that I would not live the rest of my life like that, right? So, and I'm not living the rest of my life like this. I want, right, T-Rich, we fucking in the night.
Wow.
Like what? Hey, because that's the type of relationship you have with that person. But, right? But I think, I mean, you have to get to a point and say, like, I don't want that anymore, right? So again, that was for a part of my life where I was okay with just the smash and pass, like I'm good. Now I'm back to I'm not going to engage with that. I want to have a relationship. I want to be tied emotionally to the person that I'm sleeping with.
Right. It's about the time of your life. Yeah. Time of your life of where you're at.
I don't think I've ever had a smash bunny then.
It's okay.
Well,
I don't want to get one now either.
Tried.
But she already said that's not for
her. That's not for me.
Especially
need to do that.
Especially if you're in a place where you're lonely and you're really looking for companionship. That's probably the worst thing to do is have a smash. But you setting yourself up with straight failure.
Absolutely.
You setting yourself up. Yeah.
So Nick, don't go to the taco truck and then try to take some dude home. It ain't gonna end well for you.
No, I end up at Juarez and y'all will be seeing me on the news. I'm not built for that life. I think,
and it's okay.
I think for me, first you have to understand from my story, I was with my ex-husband from 20 to like, I don't want to tell my age, but like until like
wow.
You just had a bonnet on, so we know your age.
So I think for me, I'm still conditioned in that relationship. And because I was young when I got with him, like I thought we had sex. Like I didn't know it was for something else. And I haven't gotten there yet. I haven't gotten to the, hey, just come break me off one. And I think for me, I actually feel like I have more of friends with benefits. Mm-hmm. So there are people that I have genuine connections with that I understand are never going to be relationships that I smash when I need to smash. But to just have somebody that I treat like that, to just come over at night. And I can't imagine being that intimate with somebody that I don't want to be around. I guess I struggle with that part because to me, I can't give you anything more than that. And if I don't like you like that, like it got to be somebody that I like that I could make a smash buddy, right? Like why it got to be somebody I'm trying to figure it out. Y'all help me afterwards.
So I got a question, Mr. Smokefella.
Oh shit.
This is pre where you at now, you know, back in our heyday, back in our prime. So you meet a young lady, y'all interested, but you know, y'all do the open and honest thing. And she just be like, y'all got a smash buddy. You know, I just got something I smash. Do you look at her a little different? Real talk, like do you look at her a little different that she's capable of doing that? Now listen up, ladies, because some of y'all need to hear this. Go ahead.
Yes.
There it is.
There
ain't nothing else for me to say. Yes.
So I just want to make sure we all, ladies, y'all heard that. So men that you just put in that box. Well, let me ask you this. What if you met somebody and for whatever reason, you found out that she had done that in the past? I'm like, nah, that's somebody I used to just smash. We never had. Does that make you look at them differently? That they have that ability to compartmentalize and do that?
I mean, everybody has that in them, whether they know it or not. Now, when you start putting it on the table, now for a man, the wheels will start turning. Now, it depends on how far you into it, whether you can look away from that and continue, because now you feeling that person. But otherwise, it's gonna make a man think twice.
Thank you, Tanya.
Just don't tell him.
So Dwayne said the same thing. Yes,
I told y'all that.
Yes.
In prior episodes. We were talking about, what was you talking about? Rotational dating. Remember, I said, don't go in there telling no guy that you relationship dating, because guess what? You are only going to be a smash from that point.
Yeah,
and that's true. I think
this is a dude that you feeling, that you kind of feeling, Don't go in there telling that relation, and I smashed. Oh yeah, I done smashed a couple guys. I got a smash buddy. Don't go in there telling that stuff.
Oh, Eric,
Eric
what
said
you
how
mean?
good it
And
was
how
plays
good
a
it was plays a factor.
Those are facts. Those are facts.
So
And
if she tell you after the fact and you already smashed with her, it's okay if it was good.
So basically, you put yourself in a zone when you put somebody. Not only are you boxing them in, but you get boxed in. This is all this will ever be.
But when I'm speaking to the fellas on this, it's more of, I mean, somebody you feeling like, man, I could see me doing some things with her. Like me and her can do some things, and you find out her smash buddy portfolio is a little swole. You know what I mean? Like her smash buddy portfolio is swole. You know, you
that's a new term.
I like that.
Going down.
I like
portfolio.
Yeah, your smash. You know, because I think we had a conversation on Humidor Shop Talk about if you're dating someone, even what happened with your man's, with your homie there, right? It's somebody he was just smashing, right? And then now he dating her friend, even though it wasn't at the same time. Now she was in her feelings a little bit, right or wrong?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
She was in her feelings.
So so I think for men, look, ladies, listen to the ladies. When a man decides to give you a title, and especially when you're talking about getting real serious and going to engagement and marriage, we put you all on a pedestal so high that it's ridiculous, that we almost can't see you even being capable of doing that. So sometimes you can knock yourself off that pedestal. Just advice. It may not be right, but that's how a lot of men think. I'm not going to speak for all men, but if I have you on a pedestal and I see you, because no man want to walk around with a woman that a whole bunch of dudes didn't have, especially on some straight smash buddy.
You don't want to walk around with strawberry.
No, nobody. But in the meantime, when you're in your smash buddy stage and the tire treads are getting a little more wore out.
Ain't no tread.
Not the tread in the tires.
T-Rich breaking it down for you.
There you go.
Ladies, here's the sex math that Damani just told you need to do. Divide everything. Divide. Don't add.
Tell them how many boyfriends you had. Talk about your ex-boyfriend.
Housewife. Whole plus me
equal home. I hate her. Bars.
I had an older cat once he told me straight up. He was like, everybody wife been somebody hoe at one time or another in life. Right? And maybe not. Or maybe she didn't think of herself as that, but you don't know the conversation that's going on behind the scenes or what type of reputation you gathering by going that route. That's when we start talking about, is sex without emotions even healthy? Is it healthy for the long term?
I think it's something that people have done. I think most of us can say we did it when we were younger. Now I don't think people are really at that space where they just trying to pass the past. I would hope that that's not your. I would hope that is not your MO at this stage in your life. However, we know that it does happen, but I think for most of us, we do it a lot more when we're younger because we're trying to build up our protective factors, right? You get out of a relationship, you hurt, you just want somebody to feel your need. Like that's what you do. But the older we get, I would hope that people are settling more so for companionship and wanting to be with somebody.
What Eric said.
Right. So would it be damaging? Would it be damaging for somebody like Nick who was married? She spent her younger years, married and being just with her husband, and now she's out. And now, maybe if she started going through her smash buddy stage. I'm not going to
be the old lady in the club.
At this age, right? That's what I'm saying. At this age, the smash buddy does that create that long-term damage? I think
I'm going to play devil's advocate and say I don't think it's healthy. I think when you have sex without emotions and you master the art of being able to physically give yourself to somebody, all these rules, we not gonna kiss, you can't cuddle, don't do it this way, we ain't only these positions, don't touch me, just don't take shirt off, just like you got all them rules. When you actually meet somebody who genuinely wants to give themselves to you, you
forgot a important one. Don't take your socks off.
Don't take your socks off, right?
You can't be completely naked.
Right, like I'm starting, and what I really think is happening is at our age, we got chronically single people, y'all. Mm-hmm. Like they chronically single, like whether by choice or by force.
You got Eric is on
Eric is literally,
but neither are tacos. Just add guacamole, E, and it's good.
I mean, there are tons of things that aren't healthy. It isn't healthy to be in a relationship that ain't fulfilling. So is you gonna pick and choose as to what's gonna work best for you? Some people pick the smash and pass because it's easier. They don't have to worry about their emotions getting tied into it and they move around. And then some people want to be in a relationship. So you pick and choose whichever your poison is.
That's what T Rich, we hear. You aren't meeting new people that you smashing. You cycling back through comfortable.
Right. You're going back through
Absolutely.
What I know.
Going through the yearbook and looking them up on Facebook. See if they still look the same.
Well, that's also because we at the age that we don't want our smash buddy portfolio to be swole. So if I keep smashing the same person,
it don't count. That only count as one. That only count as one.
My portfolio.
It only count as one.
You're reinvesting.
Right. Yes. Ain't nobody gonna be like, well, how many times?
Right.
They usually talk about.
That's in your account. Yes.
Right. Oh wow. So all right, that's interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was a great topic. Just hearing her talk about it, the young lady talk about it, she really, she teared up about it. And she was like, she doesn't know how to combine the two now. She's been doing it so long that she doesn't know how to even have sex with emotion. She can't put them together. Mm-hmm. So that's an issue. That's the issue. Agree, Love Bug?
I agree. I agree with you. That's definitely, I think that's the issue for me, right? Or what I perceive would happen is if I figured out how to successfully compartmentalize those things, like I probably would never go back to it. Like, why? You could have the physical pleasure without the emotional weight of it. And I think it's a cop-out for people to have the physical pleasure, but compartmentalize your emotions. And it's like that at some point. Listen, you need what Lucky say, you need Jesus in that thing, because I'm not going to hell with him.
Dildo.
Dildo. The G and the D. You need the G and the D. There you go.
God. Oh, that's so horrible. That is so horrible. Why would you jump on that train, Camo?
Initials. I mean, again, people do things for different reasons, right? So, and I'm never here to judge anybody on their choices of what they choose to do. You just know
listen, ladies, it's okay not to be that person. If your smashability, I am okay. Nick tells every dude, look, I follow the Steve Harvey rule. It's gonna be
the 90-day rule.
It's gonna be it might not be 90 days, but just understand you standing on the dotted line on that third time. I am your girlfriend. We don't have to have a conversation. If you make that decision for that third pass, we go together. I'm telling you that up front. I'm emotional. I'm not trying to fix it. You're making a conscious decision. If I smash her, I want her. That's it. That's all I'm saying. No confusion.
So is it at the end of the third time or at the beginning of the third time? Like
it don't matter. Somewhere in between.
In between.
If you go all the way through, when we finish, I'm your girlfriend.
What happened to the notes? Will you go with me?
Right.
Yes, no, or maybe.
Your Facebook status.
After that third time, you stuck with the money.
That's the equivalent of three meats and two sides. It's right there. Bam.
Because I think we all
get up on that third time and make.
Because we all know some people that then fell into relationships.
Yeah. Yep.
You didn't smash your way into a whole relationship, not even realizing.
See, I'm just taking the guesswork out. You ain't got to figure out how many licks does it take to get Nick
to the middle of the.
That's it.
Say that is 3 times.
We don't put it in the box.
Black Jesus. Okay.
So we do. So it's weird now, right? So now we look at as we getting older, and we think about when we were younger, where we didn't hear I guess to a lot of guys, weren't used to hearing women talk openly about sex or how just like sexual emotions or having a smash buddy and stuff like that. Has that played a part in changing the narrative?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Has that played a part in it?
I agree. I think that, and I think we talked about this a while ago, is that women weren't conditioned to be able to acknowledge what they need and want in a sexual relationship.
Right.
So
he just climb on top of me and do his
business, or that I'm supposed to just give it to my man when he wants it and not necessarily when I want it. So for me,
is my responsibility to
take it down. So for
these
me,
are things we were taught. We ain't just making this up. So I'm just telling you. So
I think it goes back, and people laugh at me because I am very open about sex, right? Because I used to teach it to kids, helping people to understand that it's okay, because when you start to shame the act or you don't make it a positive experience, that's why we have so many challenges. You have kids that are being abused, male and female, that never get a chance to really have a conversation about what's going on. So to normalize being able to talk about it, not saying in a whole stank way, but to be able to talk about it and feel like it's okay. Like, I don't have a problem saying that. I know some people would have a problem saying the things that I say.
T-Rich just killed me with they think you are loose.
Yeah.
I ain't heard that in forever.
And again, it's a choice, right? It's a choice. Loose. I am 47 years old and I make no apology for who I am and what I've done. So if you ask me and it's true, yep, I did it. So again, I think it's when you get to a point in your life where you feel okay with the choices that you made, because plenty of people make choices that they are not okay with, and then they hide it. And then guess what? It gets bought up into your relationship, becomes a problem in your relationship because they haven't been able to deal with choices that they've made sexually, non-sexually, or whatever. So for me, I'm at that space.
So I think Nunu brings up a good point. She said some people don't want to be in a relationship. So people we need sex. That just once you crack that seal, that's
right. But I
have a question based on that. So some people don't want to be in relationships. Going to what Camo just said, are we at that place with chronically single people where you find people are consenting to sex without emotion, but they really don't want that? They like me, but they want to pretend they're okay with it because I know a lot of people don't believe it, but you've got multiple love languages. Mine is physical touch, right? Mm-hmm. That's another reason why Nick don't do random smashes, because you're speaking my love language, right? Mm-hmm. You're gonna make me fall. My point is, so people who are faking it.
I did smash that Stella.
But I'm just saying, what about those people? Because all of y'all spoke about somebody catching feelings. That was a smash buddy. And that's somebody who signed up for a car note that they didn't have the money to pay. They knew they wanted the car and they hoped the job changed or the money came and they was gonna be able to keep it. But the reality was at some point, y'all had to.
And when we talk about with it being unhealthy, the emotionless sex can become a crutch. It can become a crutch where, you just use it as, just to feel just that moment of feeling wanted, even though it's not the genuine want or one to be with, but just that genuine moment of being kissed on, or like you say, your love language being touched and things like that. So that's pretty dangerous, right or wrong?
I think that's a slippery slope.
It is dangerous.
I think that's definitely a slippery slope.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Getting this virtual on.
Oh, you trying to stroke her? You trying to rub her shoulder, make you feel better?
Getting the virtual on.
I'm just saying, I'm very, I think what Camo said and Miriam said it earlier, you got to be emotionally mature. I'm emotionally mature enough to know that I can't do it. I ain't cut out for rotational dating. I ain't cut out. I like what I like. I fall quick.
We found out that you wasn't cut for that.
Yeah.
That was an epic fail.
It's okay. It's okay.
You tried.
Is it a good look at a certain age too though?
What, that you can't do it?
You can just have sex with nan emotion what it is. Like you said, we all now
you
40.
just do nan like
nan.
But I think somebody put in the comments, some people just don't want to do relationships. And that's their choice. And it goes back to what Smoke Fella says all the time, that communication and being able to communicate with the person that you're with of what you're on and them accepting you for what you say. So the problem that we normally have is that you tell me you don't want a relationship, but I'm thinking my ass is golden. So you gonna want this and then you gonna want me. So, but that's not what always happens. And then that's when the feelings get caught up and people get hurt because they're going into a situation thinking they're going to change the outcome.
I want to put Eric's comment back up.
I don't think they naturally go in. I think people are overconfident that they can emotionally handle a situation they can't handle.
That too.
I think a lot of them think, oh yeah, smash buddy, it's cool. But then they get to that third time, and instead of having Nikki's rule in place, now they stuck because they got feelings and they trying to tuck them in and stuff. And I think Eric brings a good point. If you cycle through and you become the smash buddy, because I also think it's a difference between you having a smash buddy and you being a smash buddy.
Wait.
So Eric said it will turn to a point where you feel it's all you deserve or all you
worth.
No, please.
T Rich just went in. Twizzle twazzle. Hashtag just hit. Just a tip. Oh my God. Oh my God. T Rich is on one.
But listen.
First up, I'm old enough to know that just a tip is a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie.
You still using that. Something wrong with you.
I just want to feel it.
Right. Oh my God. We didn't went back to 87.
But check this out. I'm going to get real for a moment.
Okay.
Because for all you all that want a relationship and stuff right now, it's a beautiful thing to have that friend, that person that you can have all the emotions with, the love, the sex, the talking, the communication. It's a beautiful thing when you actually get it. You know, you don't want anything else once you get to that point. As a man, once a man gets to that point and he finds that best friend, you know, we saw Lefty going to a whole diatribe last week, man. It almost made me cry.
I'm sorry, and your conversation
Eric is going in
different paths.
At the end of the show, it always something gets triggered when they go in, and we know this to be true. But I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing when you find the one to love and the one that loves you back. I mean, it's a beautiful
when you
thing.
Have your best.
I can say I'm blessed. I'm blessed because I wasn't looking for it.
Look at this.
It just rolled up on me,
2 weeks
blindsided me.
Yay.
And it hit me.
Yay. And honestly, I say this to y'all every time. I truly do appreciate I appreciate the opportunity to sit on a panel with two men that are comfortable with saying that and comfortable in expressing that. Like, that makes me feel good as a woman. So shout out to the ladies. But I truly appreciate that because it's not often that we get a chance to see that live and in living color, because for many of us, the experience that we do see is very negative. So I always, every time y'all do that, it's like, oh, whoa. So thank you.
And I think we as women need to hear that.
We need to hear it.
That reaffirmation that there are men out there that still value monogamous relationships with dope women, because it gives me and Camo, that makes us keep
hope alive
through the cesspool. Like, we gonna find ours, and And it takes away and it demolishes the stereotype that Black men don't want to be in relationships, that they don't honor and cherish Black women, and that they don't love as much as we do. So I love our fellas as much as I argue and give y'all beef.
And you wait, don't never say that again. Never say that again. This ain't that kind of show. And we ain't never say that what you just said again.
What? I got the finger.
Never say that again. That's bad. But also part of that too was what I brought up earlier, having boundaries. You know, that's usually the woman you end up with, the one that's gonna be like, look, I ain't that. You just ain't finna be humping up and down on me whenever you want. But the old folks say jumping up and down on me. Jumping up and down on me, and that's all it's gonna be. So that
left you are one of the old folks now.
Yeah, I am part of the old folks.
Technically.
I'm proud of it too.
Yeah.
But that boundary, but those boundaries do help too, though. It helps a lot.
Like you said, boundaries. Make a guy court you. Yeah, that's an old word, court. Have him court you. Make him come pick you up, take you out on a date, open a door for you. You know, those things, if you set those standards out the door, then guess what? You will be looked at as wifey material and not just a smash right out the gate.
Right, because it's easier to
move when they move beyond you. You just what Beyonce song. I missed that. Like I finally have realized where I was questioning, like, what's wrong with me? Ain't nothing wrong with me. He just didn't want to live up to the standards and the boundaries. Even my 3 rule is a boundary. It's me saying I will willingly give myself of you with a commitment. That's literally, I make a joke about the 3, but the reality is I have an upfront conversation with people that sex means something to me. So we ain't finna be smashing while you get to know me.
And it is easier to transition, you know, straight into it, like relationship wise, over trying to transition from smash buddy to a relationship.
Right. Yep.
Because a lot of guys, especially guys, we have a hard time with that. Be like, whoa, when do we start liking each other? It would, you know, that transition is a little more difficult. So that's another thing to keep in mind, especially if you really want to be in a relationship. You know, sometimes you just gotta calm your lady parts down. Get you one of them things we talked about earlier. I ain't gonna keep saying dildo.
The D.
But get you one of them things and take care of yourself.
Bob, just say Bob.
And you ain't gonna keep saying it and said it.
I don't know how to describe it no other way.
Just say Bob. Get you Bob. Get you Bob.
I ain't naming nothing like that. Oh, there you go.
Well,
there you go.
For y'all women, if y'all don't trust yourselves, just make sure your pH balance is off, and then you can go ahead and get past a few dates and all of that and get to know somebody because your pH balance is off.
Ladies, don't go with that advice.
Don't. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Just wear the granny panties.
Yes.
Don't do that. Put the period panties on, and then you know you're not finna drop the drawers because you don't want him to see them.
Can I have a suggestion for a show coming up? The weather's breaking, people. Let's have a fashion show. Like we're gonna talk about what your ass shouldn't be wearing. It's gonna get warm out, and people need help.
With pictures.
People need help.
Yes.
And we're gonna dedicate a show to helping folks out. Men and women. People need help out here.
Can I just start it off this week to carry into next week or whenever we do this? Ladies, hear me and hear me strong right now. If you go on Amazon, Wish, whatever, and buy them damn TikTok and buy them damn leggings where the crack is so defined that that's all you see, guess what you gonna be? You just a smash. He ain't getting to know you. He trying to smash.
We're gonna talk. We're gonna call it.
So we're gonna have a fashion show.
It's because they
based
cute.
on your clothes, we're gonna tell you smash, pass,
or sit your ass down. One of them 3.
Or dash.
Right. One of them 3 is gonna be it. Because I think people definitely need help because the outfits was horrible this weekend and it was just a little warm. So I can imagine when it hit 80, it's gonna be bad.
It's gonna be a wrap.
We are definitely gonna have a spring fashion sensation because some of y'all don't want to admit that y'all didn't put on this COVID weight and y'all trying to put on last summer clothes and they do not fit.
Don't do it.
Yep.
And we also need to talk about these sundresses.
Sundress season coming.
Like monkeys resting under your dress. You should not have it on.
Hey, Lefty, can we also throw in there that stash?
The stash? What?
Yeah. That stash.
Yeah, I got a few of them.
The stash.
I'm gonna start one. Animal
Get
print.
that taken care of, because that stash ain't nobody trying to get that ass.
Stash. What are we talking about?
Spandex ain't for everybody.
Oh,
mustache.
Oh,
as thick as mine.
Stop. Okay. Yep, we at the 2-hour mark because the nonsense has now started flooding in, both from my panel as well as the audience, and y'all just keep and go with it. I don't understand how at the 2-hour mark y'all come with the funnies. So clearly, this is a great idea because the audience loves it. So we'll be digging out. Put your pinky down, Mr. Smokefellow. Put the pinky down.
He just what?
Relationship wear, what to and not wear. We going next week.
We're gonna judge and say, based on this outfit, is they single, married,
or struggling?
All right. So listen, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna sign us out. Camo Chick, I always pick you first in the beginning, so I'm coming to you at the end first. Go ahead and sign us out.
I had a fabulous time.
Don't look at the comments.
Okay, I'm not gonna look
because they're going in.
They're going in. So thank you. As always, this audience is super duper dope. Thank you for this opportunity just to even have this platform to share and learn from each other. So thank you all for those that shared our upcoming living room conversations virtual paint party, which is taking place on Sunday. We have, I think, about 35 to 40 women and girls that will be participating. So thank you for that. Also, thank you for those that shared about, and if you are out of state, you should have received your paint kit. I think
I did. I got mine tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. Shout out for those that spread the word about our esports league for young ladies. I know, I'm trying not to look. For 6th to 12th graders, I am excited. They start their league next week. So if you still have youth that want to participate, I still have space. Hit me up. And then also, I am super serious. I am willing to allow my organization to sponsor an all-male conversation. So I know Gandy said he was interested. Eric said he was interested in helping to facilitate. So if we're going to do this,
I'll help out.
Thank you. I will definitely do so. And I'm passing it on to y'all.
All right, Lucky, since you was having technical issues and dropped out so you wouldn't get picked first, go ahead and
No, I really had technical issues. It was terrible. But hey, once again, man, this is always a great time. I was tired as all hell today, man, and this show woke me up. Hopefully I can get my ass to sleep tonight dealing with you fools. But man, we got the dopest audience. I can't wait for next week because we are already going in and we're going to have a list. Matter of fact, I think we're going to get a lucky top 10 next week. We're going to get a lucky top 10 next week. I got a whole week to prepare it, so get ready. No one's safe. Protect yourself at all times. I'm coming for everybody. I'm going to hit the top 10, men and women. Oh, we going to get it next week. We definitely going to get it next week. Hey, but thanks for tuning in again, man. Hey, don't forget, check us out Saturday. We shooting on location again, I think. Am I right, Ben? We shooting on location again, Humidor Sports and Cigar Show, Saturday, 11 o'clock, 11 to 1. It was a great time last week, and we're going to do it again. Get ready for that top 10.
Oh, God.
Go in your closet and start throwing stuff away because I'm going
to get you.
Oh, God.
Go ahead, because between Eric and Jerome, I can't even look at the comments right now.
Look. I promise you don't look.
I'm giving the MVP to Eric today.
Oh, God.
He's bars. But I do want to say
and he's still going.
Right.
The Bars Award. I love it.
Listen, The Bars Award went to Eric. But what I will say, like Lefty said, man, listen, Smoking Madness was a hit last week as we celebrated March Madness at Society Cigar Lounge last week. Man, if you missed it, you got another opportunity to come hang with the Smoke Fellas where we do a live Humidor Sports podcast. It'll be at L's, right?
Eduardo Limon.
Eduardo Limon's in Richton Park, man. We're going to get it in starting at 11 o'clock, and we're going to go through the day watching the games. We got DJs in the house. We got giveaways. We got quarter cards to play. Man, we had a ball. I'm just not recovering. I told them not to call me on Sunday because I didn't want to hear from them because we had a ball on Saturday, and we'll be doing it again this week. So if you missed
Camo, we're gonna see you at one of these.
One of these, you gonna come out.
I am. I'm gonna come out.
You here.
You gonna come out.
Everybody want to meet Camo.
Right. You come hang with us, man. You'll have a ball. Tell him, Nick, ain't nothing like a Smoke Fella party.
Oh my gosh.
My first March Madness, I was not prepared for it. The blackout. I probably did blackout.
Just drink a lot of water Friday.
Yeah,
Facts.
drink a lot of water.
Hydrate.
Facts. But also, like you say, check us out on Humidor Sports Podcast, man. I mean, we keep sports real like you never seen real before. We got bars and cigars, baby.
Facts.
That is true. And it's been a lot in the sports world going on. So I might actually set my alarm to wake up because it's at 11 a.m. Central Time is the show.
Because we gonna talk about my man D Watts in Houston, man. It's getting real, so that's gonna be one of the topics, and I know y'all want to talk about that.
We're gonna have Nick do a online assignment. You're gonna have to go to these massage parlors and see what's cracking down there. You need to know what's going on.
I didn't even hit Houston. That's only like 12 hours.
Yeah. We're gonna need you to hit Houston and let us know what's going on.
Smash buddies. I don't know what. I don't know.
It ain't buddies. He just splashing on them. He's splashing on the smashes.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah, and interesting because I'm here in Texas, I get a lot of the news, and it's interesting. These are two high profile attorneys going neck to neck. So a lot of people are just looking for the electricness of when they get in the courtroom.
Is that a word?
If it gets to the courtroom, because there's a lot of talk that it won't be. So it is interesting. I may actually set my alarm so I could join, but let me just tell y'all, thank y'all to the dopest audience that there is. Thank y'all for listening while I argue with my brother, because that's what we do. But listen, if we don't speak about our feelings and if we're not passionate, then this show wouldn't be what it is. It's real, raw, and relevant. And it's all things related to relationships, whether that's like romantic or whatever. So I thank my brothers. I thank my cousin. I thank you guys for y'all. I don't know what it is that y'all love us because y'all tune in faithfully every Tuesday, 7 p.m. for the Tomfoollery. And Lucky has already promised that if you thought tonight was crazy, Mr. Smoke Fellow, what?
Fupa.
That top 10 gonna be a monster. I'm telling you. Go in your closet now. Go in your closet now.
Oh my goodness. I refuse to look at the comments, and I already know that Fupa is in the comments. I'm not looking. See you guys next week.
Peace.
7 p.m. at Central Time, same station. Share, like, subscribe, and tell some folks about our Tomfoolery. See y'all next week.